Hello guys, Idris is here with a new video. This video is going to be a full-on build guide on Death's Oath Occultist. This build revolves around Death's Oath, which is a very interesting unique item. It grants level 20 Death Aura skill. This skill is an AoE chaos damage over time kind of aura. It's not an aura, it's not a spell. It has very kind of niche mechanics and very limited support skill gems that you can be using with it. That's why it's somewhat of a complex build. I'm gonna be explaining everything about it, and yeah, it's a very enjoyable build. The way you play it is you just run around and everything melts, just like Righteous Fire, but with explosions. That's why it's viable up until like T16's map, Guardian maps. It does everything. I'm pretty sure it's not capable of doing Delirium maps, but you know, just casually running around it's pretty enjoyable sometimes. PoE. I decided to go CI. I'm having currently 6.3k ES. You could squeeze out up to like 8k with good gear. I don't have a good belt. I don't have a good ring. My shield is far from ideal. My helmet is far from ideal, but with current setup, with 3 energy from not jewels, I'm having 6.3k, which is enough for most of the map content. All right, enough chit chat. Let me showcase a map. I'm gonna be running a T13 because like T14 and up take a little bit more time, and mobs are a little bit more beefy, and that's why it is doable, but we'll take a little bit more time. And let me just quickly run this one. The only map mod that this build like struggles to do is cannot regen, but I'll try to do it even. It is doable, but very painfully. The way I do it is I swap for enduring mana flask of warding, and this should work hopefully. Yeah, let's see. As you can see, yeah, they just kind of explode when I come near them. Monolith, sure. Popping monoliths is also pretty enjoyable due to explosions. Yeah, I'm gonna be leaving the POB down below if you want to check it out. I decided to go CI. You don't have to. I encourage you not to if you decide to play this build. I'll also leave Mage Fist's guide on this one, which I was following up until like I pulled the switch to CI. It wasn't worth it. I spent like maybe 3 Exalt worth of gear, crafting, dense fossiling and stuff like that. And yeah. So why did I want to try CI? Well, first of all, Death's Oath, right? This chest piece has this line: you take 450 chaos damage per second for 3 seconds on kill, which means if I am CI, I'm not taking any damage, right, from it. Yeah, and also I was dying quite a lot with that with HP version. That's why I thought that the ES version might have a little bit more defenses, which it does. As you can see, I can kind of face roll bosses. Shit. Oh well. As you can see, I can kind of face roll bosses. I'm having Val Discipline, and stuff like that. Recharge, regen from Ascendancy, which also is a great deal in my defenses. Sorry for this. Sometimes it just be like this, I guess. But yeah, no ultimatum, but the way you complete ultimatums is you just run around and they kind of explode. Yeah. I'm not sure if you can do... What's happening? I'm not sure if you can do like stand in the circle ones. I kind of did a couple of those, but it's pretty painful. This game wants you dead, and standing in a circle waiting for it is not the way to go about it. Okay, let's get into gear and how I build this character. So, first and foremost, this character is not achievable without cluster jewels. Either if you go CI or life, you desperately need cluster jewels. because this is the only, like, one of the few places you get damage over time from. With life version, you also get like growth and decay and entropy, but not more. So your first goal must be getting 9 passive cluster jewels. These three notable cluster jewels I bought for like 75 and 85 chaos, I believe. I crafted the medium ones myself, which are pretty nice. I'm gonna be leaving POB as I already said. You can take a look. These ones, like so large ones I bought, right? Unholy Grace, Unwaveringly Evil, and Wicked Pal. Unwaveringly Evil is kind of nice to have, not to interrupt, you know, your blight casting with stuns and stuff like that. And then like just get percent chaos damage, right? And there's like this and another one that gives you just flat damage. But these are, I believe, the best ones for this build. Then you go any chaos the multi or Vile Reinvigoration for me, because it's percent ES and some percent ES regen. I was out spamming them until I get like Brush with Death, I Og, and this is what I got. I got, yeah, one Brush with Death Reinvigoration, Exposure Therapy Reinvigoration, Exposure Therapy Reinvigoration, and Exposure Therapy Reinvigoration. And of course, 3 Energy from Naught jewels, which give a shit ton of flat ES. 100 flat ES equals like almost like 400, almost 400 actual ES, you know, with all the percent. So very important. The way you craft these, you grab a, like the easiest way to craft them is to grab 50 to 68, preferably 50 to 67, that is. Item level small cluster jewels, and spam them with dense fossils. It took me on average like 4 to 5 dense fossils. When I got lucky, I ogged one actually. You know, I bought a magic one and augmented, but yeah, preferable way is to craft them with dense fossils, I believe. Okay, now that it's out of window, yeah, your usual CI, like energy shield tree, right? Grabbing energy shield here, getting mana as extra ES, some stats because it's necessary for Death's Oath, 180 strength, some energy shield, CI, chaos multi, some shield nodes, cluster jewel setup, energy shield. Spreading Rot is very nice for your blight because I'm using Allelepathy. I'm gonna be coming back to inflict Wither, which helps a ton with single target. Wither, effect of Wither and chaos damage, some more energy shield, some reservation, and Zealot's Oath. Yeah, pretty much it. As for the Ascendancy, I go like more chaos damage and Hinder and Wither, Explosion, and Vile Bastion. I feel like Vile Bastion is the best energy shield node in the game. The amount of regen it gives and sustain is immense. Alright, for the gear, if you go CI, you want to get like as high energy shield as possible. For your helmet, you get Despair Curse effect, which I get from Witchfire Brew. It's not optimal, but yeah. You could go like for blight damage too. I think so. I think blight damage would be even better. But yeah, Hubris, ES, some resistances. Here you grab a as high chaos damage over time multiplier as possible and just craft on increased chaos damage. These are the only 2 stats you can get on a wand. If you compare it to the unique staff that I was talking about, Cane of Unraveling, it gives 52 chaos multi and 26% chaos damage, which is maybe like 20% more damage at least. But yeah, in this ES setup, I'm using Allelepathy to get Blight because I cannot get a 6-link Blight otherwise, so I'm using it as a pseudo 5-link, right? And the biggest downside of going CI, guys, is the fact that you don't have access to Val Blight. Val Blight is a Val portion of Blight skill, which makes an explosion and rapidly expanding, like 3 times explosion, like a smaller area, bigger, and it covers like your whole screen almost, and it helps with clear, it helps with single target a ton, and that's why if you play this build, go life. Don't go CI. I don't recommend it at all. I'm using a Jubated Breath, which is, can be easily, I can easily grab like a Crusader belt, chain belt, and get a better one, crystal belt rather. But yeah, currently I'm just using this, some movement speed, not even qualityed up boots, Death's Oath itself, amulet with aspect of the spider, energy shield, some resistances, and crafted percent ES. I grabbed this amulet for 5C, I believe. The only stats that mattered for me was the high flat ES plus 2 resistances, right? So that I would have an open prefix and an open suffix. Open suffix to craft the aspect. Venomous, the beast, it was like 15C as well, and crafted on bench crafted percent ES. So in total it cost me 25C with the bench craft and the bestiary craft. Not a bad amulet, isn't it? Yeah, I don't have an anointment because, I wasn't kind of needing it. But yeah, the way you craft the shield is you just slap dense fossil, dense fossil, dense fossil, dense fossil plus shuddering if you decide to craft it. But yeah, this is the gear. I think I went over everything. Yeah, ring, this one is, I was trying to get percent ES as well as flat ES. I got this, a lot of resistances, some okay flat ES roll, and just settled for it. It's fine. This one is just strength, resistances, and ES. As for the flasks, I'm usually using quartz warding, Stibnite, Witchfire, that helps me with despair aura effect, Quicksilver of adrenaline, alchemists, preferably alchemists, Rumi's concoction, and basalt of heat. So yeah, this build can be taken to a whole not other level if you wanna if you wanna really invest in it, it can deal up to, I don't know, 500k DPS Death's Aura, and like maybe 2 mil, maybe 1.8 mil Blight DPS. But I felt like the damage that I'm having was pretty enough. I did an Awakener 5 on it, and I'm gonna be showing, and I'm gonna be leaving you guys with a clip of how I took down Awakener 5. Yeah, the single target damage is terrible. It's close to non-existent, as I said, like a mil DPS. Will not carry you for long. But for mapping, like high yellows to early red maps, exquisite. I think that's it. I think I went over everything. All right, so what do you mean about everything? The most important part is the Death's Oath, right? Death's Oath is not a spell. It's not an aura. It's that's why it's very difficult to support it with support gems, right? For example, you have Flame Dash. You can link into Arcane Surge, and it's a spell, right? So you can see it has spell tag. But Death's Aura only has AoE, chaos, damage over time. So how do you enable, and with only those tags, you can only support them with, Conk Effect and Void Manipulation, and that's it. And 2 support gems, a 3 link is nowhere, like, it's never enough, right, for content in PoE. That's why we support it with Arcane Surge support. So Arcane Surge, or in life version, you go for life tap. What it does is, when you have Arcane Surge or life tap, if you support it with Flame Dash or Steel Skin, as you can see, I press my Steel Skin on left click and my Arcane Surge kind of refreshes. Or if I blink around, it's also refreshing. So the way what it does is, you see it has a duration tag. And this duration tag applies to Death's Oath while you have Arcane Surge. So I get Arcane Surge from a different place, and that's why Death's Aura has duration tag with this, which allows me in return to support it with Swift Affliction because it has duration tag, Efficacy because it has a duration tag, as well as less duration. It deals 19 more damage. With Arcane Surge, you don't get spell damage from Arcane Surge because Death's Aura is not a spell, right? But with Life Tap, oh, where is it? Let me find it. Life Tap support, it says supported skills deal, right? More damage. So Life Tap would be another more multiplier, and on the higher levels, it's up to 29 or 30 more damage while you have Life Tap, which is another layer of damage, right? So again, if you decide to go for this, you go 6 Link Kano Unraveling, Blight in here, with Wild Blight, with a shit ton of, you know, you can go Empower, you can go Awaken support gems and stuff like that. Way more potential and way more damage. You can go for an for a Legion Jewel, either Hybrid to get Life as X3S, Divine Flesh, or Corrupted Soul to, you know, get 5 more Chaos Res and become tankier in this way. You can experiment way more, but with live version. Yeah, ES version has kind of a, you know, fixed ceiling, I believe. I went with alright, let me run over my links. Steel Skin, Second Wind, Flame Dash, and Arcane Surge to proc Arcane Surge and enable Death's Oath. I'm having Malevolence and Discipline for my auras, Val Discipline, and Punishment. Having Punishment, I don't have an extra curse from Ascendancy or from Whispers of Doom. I just decided to do this, but it's probably worth to grab Whispers of Doom, and, you know, because Punishment is a very strong curse. But yeah, the way I do it is, like, the way I intended it is, I would, you know, fight a boss. If it's a tougher boss, I'm gonna be running out of my flask charges. This means I will not be having Witchfire Brew up and Despair Curse. And the boss will be at like 50% HP or something like that, and then I punishment and finish him off under punishment. Kinda. Makes sense? Maybe. Is it viable and optimal? Not even close. Okay, Wither Spell Totem setup. Spell Totem, multiple totems, a Wither. That helps you get up to 20 Wither stacks. A Telepathy that grants, these gloves grant 22 Blight skill. Kinda necessity in this kind of build, right? In ES. Control D, Void Manipulation, Efficacy, and Infused Channeling. And in boots, I'm having kind of scuffed setup. But cast when damage taken, it was linked to Steel Skin before, but now it's just, you know, it's supposed to be linked with Stone Golem. Alright, so cast when damage taken, summon Stone Golem, Anomalous Cry, just because Anomalous Enduring Cry is, it has increased Warcry speed, and getting Enduring charges is very neat, especially in rituals, right? Not rituals, but ultimatums, when you have a lot of rare monsters and you can get Warcry power like that. And Cold Snap for the same reason. In ultimatum, if you get your Cold Snap off, you know, kind of snaps the area and you get frenzy charges. It's a very suboptimal setup, and I don't recommend you guys going for it, but yeah. It's not true. It's not true though. I really recommend you guys to try it. To play this build, it's like it's more pleasant than playing minion builds. For me, I love minion builds, but minion builds, you know, you have your auras, you have to sort other stuff out, like impale chance for melee build, for melee minions. You have to resummon, you have to take care of specters, HP, all the factors. Here, just get enough strength, you get enough chaos res, boom, everything explodes. So yeah, guys, do try Death's Oath. Don't do CI like I did. Go Blasphemy, Despair, Mage Fist, shout out to you. Very nice build, very nice guide. Life tap is necessary to get even adequate damage. But yeah, my cluster jewels are kind of crazy, I feel. They're kind of necessary for this kind of scuffed setup, but yeah. If you have any questions, guys, about this build, about any other PoE question, or just want to get acquainted, befriend each other, come on my stream. You're very welcome. I will help you out with your PoB if you're having difficulties progressing through acts, through maps, anything like that. And, that's it from me. I'm gonna leave you guys with Awakener kill. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. It means a lot to me. Bye bye. Oh no. Not sure I'm able to do it. Like, unironically, cannot really evaluate how well I'm gonna do. I mean, it's T1 tiers, serious, but fuck.
Did you really think this would work? Destroying you is as easy as flicking a pest. How boring and small. You want the Atlas? Take it. It's yours. But Orir, I will burn to the ground. Perhaps the suffering of my fellow citizens will finally stir.
It's kind of useless. But I don't want to go. Thanks, man. Thanks for the faith. I think I'm gonna do it like in 4 portals. But yeah, he's gonna kick some ass for sure.
Challenge. You've finally caught my attention.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Oh no. I mean, I've seen like gauntlet serious kills that were like 20 minutes, so this one is gonna be like that. Hell, if he does, I'm gonna, I don't know, awaken multi-strike. Like, if it drops, man, it's like money for me, for my children, for my grandchildren. I don't know. Oh shit! But yeah, playing on lockstep is so good. Against Sirius, in Delve, like, just mapping in lab, it's a world of difference. I recommend, like, to everyone playing on lockstep, because getting desynced in PoE is the most crushing feeling.
Life really interesting enough to warrant all this pain. Die. I have seen beyond. Die.
You can do it without flasks, right? Fuck. Yeah. Now this is gonna be fun.
I am. You will long for knowledge.
Beyond, there is only horror. Everlasting fire.
Fuck. less.
When I'm ready and not before.
You will long for
Knowledge
Fuck. That was bad.
is doom. Everlasting fire.
Fuck. I might die now. Blocked it. What the fuck?
you will long for
Knowledge
Shit. Fuck.
is doom. Everlasting.
Alright, he did. Alright, he gotta be. Come on. That was so close. Alright. So close. Fuck. Ah, it's fine. One portal, huh? Two portals, that is. Fuck. Kinda choked at the end. Fuck. Alright, Crusader gloves, come on. +5 and spell crit. And maximum frenzy charge. I'm not asking for much. Yay, Karui Shores. Hell yeah.